Hello YouTubers, Psychopath78 here with another gun review, and this time it's of the Ruger LCR 38 Special Plus P. Before we start, double check this is safety checked. As you can see, cylinder is empty. We're good to go. Alright, little overview on this gun. It's the Ruger LCR 30 Special Plus P. We have an aluminum frame also mixed with polymer, which is this black part here. The aluminum is in the OD green color, which is a factory color, and comes stock with this Hogue Tamer grip, and it's got the nice little Ruger logo here right on top of what I believe is a gel pad. It's got a nice soft cushiony grip here, so when you grip the gun and you're firing a hot load here, it's not going to hurt your hand. It's pretty controllable. It's pretty comfortable. It's actually kind of pleasant to shoot, in my opinion. It really doesn't bother me. I shoot mostly Atlanta Arms ammo factory reloads when I'm at the range, but I do practice with my self-defense rounds as well, and we'll get to those later. Just to show you here, a little bit about the gun. It's got this nice fluted cylinder here, which cuts some weight on it. It's a very light gun. It's approximately 14 ounces empty. Sights, we just have this little post here, nothing special, just a matte black, and the rear sight is just a notch that's cut into this top of the frame here, and get a decent picture. It's that's really not a gun you take to the range and you shoot for accuracy. Although you can, this gun is very accurate for what it is. It's primarily a self-defense gun. That's why it's light. That's why there's no hammer on it, and that's why it's just so concealable. It's a concealed carry weapon. That's exactly what it is. It's a 5-shot revolver, as we see here. The 5 shots. You got your plunger here. Extracts the rounds very well. There's really no difficulty in dropping hot brass out of this thing. They really don't stick at all in there. It usually takes 1 or 2 plungers of the plunger and brass ejects quite well. Cylinder lockup is awesome, super tight. Trigger on here is a double action only trigger. It's very smooth. It's got some Ruger patented cam design here, and it's just really pleasure to shoot. You could see very, very smooth, very, very smooth. And when I want to shoot for accuracy, and I'm trying to get real tight groups with this gun, you could slowly pull back on that trigger. You'll hear it here. That little click right there, that's where at that point it almost feels just like a single action a trigger. And from here to firing, didn't take much at all. And once you get it back to that single action point, you just get your sights on target, you line it up, take your breath, take your shot. And I mean, this gun is at that point dead on. I mean, look at some other reviews like Nothing Fancy Project and Hickok 45. Hickok 45 is hitting the 100-yard gong at his compound there, and he's just, I mean, ringing that thing from 100 yards out. I mean, this gun is that accurate. Up close, I practice primarily at 7 yards, and I can keep all the shots exactly where I want them. All headshots are all in the head, and center mass shots are all in the bullseye. And I'm a new shooter. I mean, I practice a lot. I shoot twice a week, 200 to 300 rounds a week. But this gun really is user friendly. It's not that difficult to shoot as long as you practice with it. Highly recommend it. It's a great gun to carry. I carry it both inside the waistband and pocket carry, and more recently during the hotter months here down south, I've been carrying it in my pocket. It's just it's easier to carry. I don't have a big piece of leather that's up against the skin that it could get a little bit irritating after being outside on the hot, humid summers of Atlanta here. But in the pocket, it's a pleasure to carry. I just wear a good belt. Pants don't sag at all. If you do carry inside the waistband, one thing you might want to be aware of is this grip. These Hogue grips are very grippy. They're a pleasure to hold, pleasure to shoot. You will not lose your grip, whether it's a soft texture of the rubber, the soft durometer of it, or this nice pebble grip here. It's kind of sticky. You really get a good purchase on this grip. The problem is, so does everything else, including your shirt. So when you got this inside the waistband, you twist in left, you twist in right, you bend over, you stand back up, your shirt is just all sorts of caught up on this grip here, and you got to constantly do your typical CCW shirt adjust to get everything looking just right so you don't print. Some of you might not care if it prints, some of you do. I personally don't care. I live down in Georgia, and everyone here is carrying, including their mother. So if you could even carry it outside the waistband here, it's not an issue. Carry the thing on top of your forehead, and you might get some weird looks, but you probably won't get arrested. Love Georgia. But back to the gun. It's a sweet shooter. I was kind of between this and the Smith & Wesson Airweight, the 642 and the 442 series. I just overall like this pistol better. My opinion, I think it's aesthetically nicer looking. I prefer the trigger on this over the Smith & Wesson, not by much. They're both excellent triggers, but this one I just felt I was more accurate with. I shot both at the range before I purchased, and the trigger kind of was a seal the deal for me. I actually like the Smith & Wesson grips better, but I'm not going to let grips be the deciding factor on whether I purchase a gun. You could always buy aftermarket grips to accommodate, and quite frankly, these are fine. I like the way they sit in my hand. Very comfortable to shoot your plus P ammo with these grips, and like I said, the only downfall is they rub on your, they catch your clothes, and that could be a problem for some people, but if it is, you could always just get some aftermarket grips. Eagle Grips makes some nice wood ones that are in the exact same shape of these Hogue Tamers, or you could go out and get another Hogue grip, which is their boot cut model, which is a little bit more stubbier and a little bit harder rubber from what I've read on the net, and it makes it just carrying inside the waistband a little bit easier. You don't get hung up with the soft rubber. But overall, love this gun. It's been my EDC for a few months now. Feel very confident with the gun. Like I say, I carry it loaded, and I use these Hornadies. These are the Critical Defense Plus Ps. Hollow point with this polymer insert in the tip so you prevent clogging once you fire the round, so it doesn't get slowed down by cotton or denim or whatever bad guy is wearing. This will penetrate that and then expand once it gets into the body. So it's a good round to carry. I carry 5 of those in there. Then I also carry in my weak side pocket, I carry this Bianchi Speed Strip. It holds 6 rounds, and I carry just 5 in there. And the reason I got this spacing here is you could load 2 at a time into the cylinder. So I'll pop these 2 in, pop these 2 in, and then spin the cylinder and pop this one in. And it only takes about 5 seconds to load it up, and you're back in the fight, which is great. Overall, I was just really looking for a nice, lightweight summer EDC gun. This is what I went with. I was considering, like I said, the Smith & Wesson 642 series. Primarily, I wanted to stick with a revolver just because of their known reliability. There's no magazine to worry about. There's no slide to jam up on you. There's no feeding issues really that I'm aware of with a revolver. The only problems you could have with ammo is either a bad cartridge, or some revolvers you'll get what they call jumping the crimp, and the bullet will just get pressed in a little bit too far into the cylinder, and then it'll lock up and you just won't be able to pull the trigger because the cylinder won't turn on you. So at that point you got yourself a $450 rock, so you could just throw that at the bad guy and then run the other direction. But other than that, I think small revolvers like this make excellent EDC guns, just reliable. They come in a good size, self-defense round. This is 38 Special Plus P, you're getting there up there with the equivalency of a 9mm bullet. If you want to pack a bigger wallop, they do make this in 357, which is pretty awesome. It's a heavy round, put big holes in you, and gun's just a little bit heavier than this one. I believe it's got a partially a steel frame, and the cylinder isn't as fluted, but it's a great self-defense gun as well. They also make this in a 22 long rifle, and that's probably more or less for practicing with cheaper ammo. But still being able to remain proficient on this firearm, just shooting a lower recoil and a cheaper round. Other than that, I love this gun, carry it every day until I find something better. This will be with me whenever you see me. So, you guys stay safe, keep training, like the video, don't like the video, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.